Okay, so storm surge, just briefly, NOAA's got some great resources about storm surges and what they are. If you need some video clips about that, I can get those to you. We basically, it's as a hurricane or large storm system like that approaches shore, the winds surrounding the hurricane push against the water and push it up, combine with the tide to make heights of water that can be 30 feet higher than normal. So this is by far the most dangerous aspect of hurricanes, and so this is something that we are designing for in this particular design challenge. So this is a seawall in the UK getting pummeled by a storm surge, and we want to just start thinking about how would you design a safe house for this. So of course, if you've ever been to the beach and seen houses with those amazing views there on the coast, there might be a couple different ways they tackle this problem. So one way is to do something like a seawall and developing a barrier against that storm surge. One other idea is to develop support structures. So I just wanted to go over here to this camera on our side here, and we'll take a look at this design up close. We'll see if that's pulling up. All right, let me turn the camera here. Hold on.
Is that good, Kelly?
Yeah, that's great.
Okay.
So in a bin, you're just taking a shallow tub, and I took a sort of smaller one so that Brooks could use a bigger one for the other half of our webinar. So you might want something a little bigger or to have multiple versions of this. So this is just a shallow clear plastic bin, and you fill half of it with a layer of Play-Doh. So it takes quite a bit of Play-Doh for this particular activity. And then the kids are given things like popsicle sticks or tongue depressors. And then there's a little template to build a house, which is really just this paper folded up into a cube shape. It's really just a demo model. I also did have success adding a little bit more appeal by using Legos to make a little Lego brick house, which also worked as well. But the idea is just basically that each group of participants has a house that they can work with. They start to think about like what would they want to do in order to protect a house from a storm surge. And you're welcome to use that same technique we used at the beginning of just get everybody in a circle and say, what's your idea? What would you do? And just have everybody put forth an idea and build on those ideas so you get lots of different perspectives all out in front. So I've got one that I've just folded the house, and then I constructed my own version of a seawall from tongue depressors and some more Play-Doh to make a seawall. And so I just keep that little house here. And then I've got another house that I put up on stilts. So just 4 little popsicle sticks that I've taped on the inside. The activity guide does recommend using hot glue gun if you've got like an adult helper. I think you'd be fine with tape. I in trying this activity several times didn't see the need to have the hot glue running. I like the Play-Doh version for doing things like putting the tongue depressors together rather than trying to do something with a hot glue gun. But I really would love your suggestions if you have other ideas. And then the next step here is after the kids have tried one of their designs is to go ahead and create a flood. So you're trying to fill up about an inch past that Play-Doh level, and then you're seeing how well does your design stand up. So my house on stilts is not quite yet submerged. It's still got a dry bottom here. And then let's just lift this out. See my seawall really failed on this particular house. It's quite wet at the bottom, and the entire seawall is filled with water. And of course, this is part of what we're looking for is for those kids to have a chance to experience failure and know that that's just the first step towards success. So here's some beach homes that really did not fare well after a storm surge in the UK. So really didn't go well here. So maybe you want to get back to this engineering design process and think through, well, what can I change? What's another aspect of this design that I can try? And you still take the same house. Maybe they might, if they want a new one because it's all wet, it's really just out of paper and very quick to put together. But you just want to take that same house and try one thing different. And so one thing that I wanted to bring up, I just thought this was fun. There's this design to take your seawall, if it's not strong enough, to put empty old tires behind it, fill them with dirt. Then you can plant trees in there. And then this is meant to be an even stronger barrier. I saw this in a paper on the ASCE website. Thank you, Janine. Was talking about tsunamis. But this same idea of adding reinforcements to your seawall is one way the kids might want to try to experiment with their designs. Any thoughts or comments on that one before we go on? All right, I'm going to keep looking at the chat window there. We'll go ahead and open up the next slide.